I think the China rally, I don't know if it'll continue or not, but it's really well timed by our viewers who asked about Alibaba and Baidu. And I basically said these things are 2 or 3 times earnings. Now they're a little higher, but still pretty cheap. Now China's also got some growth problems, and basically they're good stocks if even if they never grow again, they're good stocks. But if China's about to begin a profound 20, 30-year decline, they're not good stocks. There is no good stock for China. If China's going to rebound, they're really good stocks, right? Uh, the leaks of the 5090? The 5090 isn't even important anymore to the gaming business isn't important anymore to Nvidia. They've transcended gaming. In fact, I think they're making a mistake by putting too much VRAM in the 5 series, 5000 series, because it may allow consumers to do AI, which maybe they want. I don't care about the election. The IonQ news was cool. I'm not sure it's that exciting. Yeah, anytime you could avoid the consumer. Man, Atlassian is such a great company. Shout out to all my Atlassian folks. You know who you are. Some of the best devs in the world. What do I know about lithium? Come on, why would I look at a lithium stock? The hell do I care about lithium? You got me fucked up. I learned that one in jail. Get this all backwards. What'd you short? What'd you close? What short did you close? China and Japan are 3x in GDP per capita? Yeah. I don't think China will ever get to American GDP per capita. Eventually, I think the central planning is probably going to hurt them. The lack of entrepreneurship is going to hurt them. You know, do you see that entrepreneurship is down like 90% in China? Lauren gives a new iPhone 16. Will you take it? I don't. You're asking me if I would take a gift of a phone? Why would I need a gift of a phone? Atlassian's not a monopoly. No, these are pretty simple products. Anybody can make these even by themselves. I think I'm going to avoid the pager. Yeah, I don't think it's in the cards. Dusty. But I will do some more work on it a little later maybe. But yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. And I'm not sure I trust them to actually give us an interim analysis. They've been saying that we're going to get one forever. If you look at the old press releases, they're always just around the corner. Then nobody cares about Michael Burry. I don't care about the CEO's post or their comments. I think the only thing that really matters is my research. I trust my process, you know. No, Lambo, Snapchat's worthless because they're never going to make money. Yeah, I don't think it's worth paying attention to Burry. I don't know if Elliott has kept up with Citadel. Citadel's returns are pretty good. Kasava's going to zero. I mean, this drop or tomorrow's gain is irrelevant. It's like asking if, you know, I don't know. I don't know. There's no good analogy. Thanks, Oscar. I'm going to change that right now. Yeah, Elliott is on the list, of course. I have some other returns. I can go look up the rest or ask around for the rest. I'm not going to give you the expiration date. Just short the common stock. That's what I do. You want me to do the whole trade for you? You gonna give me commission? How much more do I want? I give you a 90% return, and you want everything. You want me to do everything for you. As a matter of fact, get out of here. So Mario. Let me some dough too, please. Yeah, they said year end, so that should be a good clue as to what option you want to do if you want to do options. I don't really want to do options myself. Short stock, old-fashioned way. Unlimited downside, yeehaw. I don't know, I would never want to run from here. Yeah, Dr. Crypto works in every language. I don't think there's any reason they would delay it. They're on schedule. They said it recently. I love options, but I also love shorting stocks. They're not mutually exclusive. Yeah, UK sucks. UK wants to be last place in AI. They're racing to be last place. EU, UK, and San Fran. San Fran lost the big bill. I'm sure you guys saw. Thank God. But I kind of secretly wanted them to pass it so that we could get AI in New York. I like red wines. I like cab maybe the most. I don't know. Stocks are more dynamic than bonds. The bond market is bigger than the stock market. The bond market is seen as more of a professionals market. But you're absolutely right that it's bigger than the stock market. It's a very interesting market. It's just a very different market. You're talking about relatively minor changes in price. No, a scientific advisory board is usually just window dressing. Atlassian may actually be cheap. It's kind of been dead money for a while. I don't know what's going to happen if the president, depending on what the market's going to do, depending on who the president's going to be. I don't have a crystal ball. I left it in jail. Sorry. Anybody who tells you they have a crystal ball is lying to you. Yeah, of course I like Stan. Stan the man. The rock. The same institutions don't necessarily play in both markets. That's not true. Dealers do, but like most stock funds don't trade bonds and vice versa. The subsidiary bankruptcy thing has no impact on J&J. That's not a problem for them. That's just, a tactic to avoid paying the lawsuit, which they'll end up paying anyway. That's immaterial to the company. I don't think any of those things are that important, Lambo. I can look at CRBP later, maybe. Yeah, Roaring Kitty looks like a lunatic. I can't judge his work because I've never seen it. But I know he has no pedigree. Pedigree matters. Think about it. If you're not good enough to make it on Wall Street, are you good enough at all? Right? Like how are you a basketball player but you've never been in the NBA? Oh, you play in the local park. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. There must be some good ballers out there. Nobody knows how much money he's made. I think it's all LARP. But if he's made that much money, good for him. He should have some footprint on Wall Street, but nobody's heard of it. Have some fund or some analyst or something. Yeah, liquidity is fine. It's just a lot less exciting than when it was at 3 or 4. The dock workers strike is significant, but I do think that I'm not sure what stocks it'll impact. I just know one of my friends' companies is impacted by it, but Form 4 on Atlassian every 5 minutes. I don't want to see those. Somebody has a lot of questions. ALV. You can't do a 5% discount rate. Kolchinsky's good. Smart investor. You know, he had to kind of learn the craft over time. But, you know, he's been at it, 20 years now, I think, investing professionally, so. He had to get through the Sequinome period, which was a good learning lesson that he learned about concentration. Hopefully, like Cassava guys will learn it too. He almost lost his whole firm over Cassava. No, not over Cassava, over Sequinome. And I'm happy he made it out. Now he's got a very large and flourishing firm, and that's good. China #1. Buffett's discount rate is a little more complicated. When Buffett does discount rate, he thinks about his cost of capital, which is basically 0. And he's really thinking about risk to the cash flows coming in. We need our discount rates to be really high because we want to be satisfied with only the highest returns, right? You only want to buy stocks where like the discount rate is like 20%. It's still good because that means you'll make 20% a year and still make money. Make sense? I haven't looked at BioVi in a while. Atlassian's such an amazing company. I mean, selling vol doesn't make a difference. I mean, if you're bearish on vol, vol might go down, you make money. If you're bearish on vol and vol goes up, you lose money. So it's nothing too surprising there. Yeah. I mean, on Celis, I mean, if the mechanism of action has been proven to not work, there's very little you can do usually to redeem that. You know, if the mechanism doesn't work, some other drug that has the same mechanism with a slightly different, if at all different, profile, it's not gonna make a difference. Oh, Kitty, did you make stinky poo poo again? Ugh, this cat, man. I like science, so for me, pharma. Yeah, team model is on GitHub, but haven't updated in a while, so we'll do a push later. AML is a tough disease. Have a WT1 vaccine. Extend survival is a little bit of a stretch. Seems very unlikely. It almost never happens in medicine. You need a really active agent. Like the last drug to make a difference in AML was FLT3, and that was like really surgically designed for FLT3 mutations. And with FLT3 mutations, you still, like, there's still limits to that therapy, even with the perfect match of, like, okay, you have a FLT3 activating mutation, and we have a perfect FLT3 inhibitor, and there's still lots of controversy there in terms of getting that to work. It's super hard to move the needle on AML. Those patients are really, really sick, and they have a lot of things going wrong with them. There's a lot of different mutations driving that disease, and WT1 is just one of potentially dozens of mutations. So I don't know how even, I mean, it always helps, always helps, but it's not really this like central thing. And you would, if you did have a good WT1 drug, you would want them to be WT1 sensitive patients. A lot of those patients have absolutely nothing, WT1 has absolutely nothing to do with their tumor. So you don't know if WT1 is overactive in those patients. So right then and there, half the patients, you're not going to have any difference in. So how are you going to show survival if half the patients have no difference? And you can kind of see that in AML, it's all over the place. Like there's no survival you can eyeball and say, oh, this survival is really good, open label. Because like we saw so many different numbers for CR1, where it was like sometimes you saw this really big number, sometimes you saw this really short number, and it was like, it really depends on a lot of things. How long those people will live is a function of so many different things. It's not really that simple to just eyeball one study and say, oh, these people are going to live this long, but they live that long, so the controlled trial will work. That's pretty dangerous because, only way you can really tell is a controlled trial, and this is their first real controlled trial, and, the basic science is the only real thing we have to go on, and that's the other piece of work I want to do is some basic science work. Well, Atlassian has a ton of cash flow. I mean, I think the stock-based comp is kind of it's not always clear how to treat that. But it's starting to look quite cheap. It's a really smart management team. I don't see why it can't be triple. The company can't triple over time. It's like one of the best software companies ever. Yeah, see, the stock's just been kind of in the gutter for a while, even though the earnings and revenue and all that have grown. I mean, it's kind of incredible, right? Look how efficient the market is. In 2020, the market knew how much growth you would get in Atlassian, and same price, 5 years. Yeah, I'll do some more work on CellS later, but for now I'm short an extremely small amount. So we'll see what happens. I haven't looked at MedPace in a while. I thought they got acquired. I guess they got IPO'd again. Index funds? Yeah, I think basically when you buy an index fund, you're making a macro call. If you have absolutely no other option, maybe, but I think you can keep your money in a mattress too. Nobody forces you to invest, right? You decide to get into the arena on your own. You're a gladiator, right? You're stepping into the arena. You want to make returns. So does everyone else. Not that easy. I never made a cure for P&H. No, that's Atlassian. I was an Atlassian shareholder. That doesn't make me. Hey, good job, Ivan. ETF cuck versus single stock Chad. I like that. Single stock Chad doesn't care about diversification. There are countries where stocks can go up for long periods of time. But, you know, I'm already sort of proven right by many different countries where stocks don't go up for the long run. There have been many countries, and I've given those examples, where stock market got canceled. It just closed one day and it never opened again. So why do you think that can't happen here or anywhere else? It can, and it probably will. It may happen past your... I think short-only funds are stupid. It may happen past your, you know, I don't know, expiration date, but just from their very structure, stocks are not some magic tool that automatically makes them appreciate value. It doesn't make any sense. They have to be coupled with a growing country, with permissive regulation, with a good monetary policy. Like, it's so stupid to say stocks go up for the long run. Well, why? Why should they? You know, American stocks have done very well, fine. But America's also been a fantastic country with great currency. It's the best currency in the world for now. You know, all that can change in a heartbeat. You know, there's a global war all of a sudden over Israel or something like that. I mean, we don't know. We just don't know what'll happen. Over Taiwan, whatever. You know, it could be the beginning of the end of America. Every great empire falls. I hope our empire doesn't fall soon. But it could fall. You know? Maybe if Kamala becomes president. I don't know. I don't want to be political. I don't care. But yeah, team might finally be a really good long. Yeah, it's gotta be. No, some companies can't choose the best country. A lot of the world's economy is based on the U.S. That's kind of all we got. Most MNCs, most of their earnings are in the U.S. Edge? What's edge? Are you talking about glass? Fuck is edge? I never liked these Wall Street words. Catalyst, edge. Oh, Atlassian went from the 20Fs to the 10Ks. That's interesting. I didn't know that. It was a while back, but still, it's interesting. I am the farm bro. Damn right. No, I've never used moving averages of prices in my decisions, no. I never thought Boeing was much of a long. Did I? Did I say it was long? Yeah, no, that's a good idea, MB. Shorting a basket of biotech stocks instead of shorting XBI. Either way. That's the whole idea. Hedging out beta is a good thing. You're not a beta predictor. If you're a beta predictor, you can just go predict beta for a living. You don't even need biotech stocks. Just trade futures. CPA, I mean, fine profession. Yeah, you can make some money. It's a good profession. I don't know if Boeing is short. Yeah, Atlassian looks like a home run. It's just suffered for so long. It's finally the right valuation. I don't think AI for drug discovery makes sense. I don't have a SaaS industry dying thesis. A lot of people out there do. I don't. I don't think SaaS is dying. Let's look at the market. And here comes my idiot cat. Hello. show milliseconds of last trade. That's kind of cool. Get out of here, kitty. Go. Yeah, I like Team. Kind of a brief update, but looks good to me. Amazing Palantir's run is just amazing. I would definitely lighten up on the stock. It makes no sense at this price. Yeah, these are just lots of quotes. I don't know, positions in all of those. Value at risk? Well, it depends on how much capital you have, I guess. As a percentage? I don't know, risk is kind of what you make of it, I think. Like the fresh rally? Small rally. Cassava short is number one. Best idea by far. I like this little stock check. That looks really good. And then short SLS, I think is good. SLS down. I'm not 100% sure on SLS yet. Oh, also Huma. Huma's a good short. This looks like a 0, but I am not sure on that either. I don't think the drug works. Let's go. Let's dive into it now. I don't think it's going to get approved. I think Huma is going to get rejected. If it gets approved, it'll triple, right? I think there are some funds that are generating alpha on the short side, but it's a good question. Shorts kind of burned everyone in biotech for a little while. Then shorts were really good. So I don't know. I think the managers just feel whipsawed, and their investors don't care if there's beta, basically. Top 3 longs. Trying to find longs? Longs? Now? This motherfucker said long. I mean, I just gave you one. Team looks pretty good. Team, Fresh, Chegg, Tarsus, Madrigal. Madrigal's good. Chegg is a long. Yeah, Viking is good. Yeah, Alibaba's okay. Trolling. What the fuck am I trolling about? I take this shit dead serious. What the hell's wrong with you? Mesoblast. That's a blast from the past.